Sunday, everybody. We're out raking and baling. So, had a little rain, just a little bit of rain passed through this morning, you know, for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. So it kind of, yeah, there goes my phone again. Alright, we'll stop. You cleared down to 9th gear. As we cross here, so right as we were getting ready to get started, I got started about 1:30. Then here came another little spritzer of rain, and so we kind of killed some time to get clean up some brush that was coming up. And I'm gonna have to set you guys down here, stick you to the windshield so I can get started, because then when I got it started raking, it started raining again. So, but it didn't last long. And I mean, there's rain to the north of us, there was rain to the south of us. It's not so much anymore. So, you know, we're just
the starters or
trying to do what we can, because we'd like to get everything finished today, and I think we can. So there were 2 systems that moved to the north of us. It was quite cool, really. And so now it's just 3 out of the 4 sections we got to do today. Oh my goodness, that is CB. Wow. Oh geez, that is CB. 1 out of the 4 sections, excuse me, is done. So now we're going to, I'm starting on the 2nd patch, and I imagine Dave will be here behind me, so it'll feel good to have it done. But I think there's maybe a chance for rain later, so we got a couple hour window. Holy rockanoli, there is a lot of rocks in here. So, turn my seat. Wow, that's a big rock. They're all big rocks. I'm gonna lift over that rock. Welcome to farming in the Flint Hills. My goodness. So, anywho, that's what we're up to, and gonna get her done. Don't feel good. It's going to get hot, and I think my AC in here is not working up to snuff like it should. Dave said he blew out the condenser on that other tractor on Big T, and said it made a heck of a world of difference. So I'm kind of thinking that's maybe what mine needs, but that's for another day. So get all this done, and then the next task, and I'm good. I got some brush stuck in the brake wheel. Now that seems about right. Get this raked and baled, and then the next task to worry about is getting everything hauled in, obviously. So I think we might start, well, I'm sure he'll work on a little bit during the week, and when I get back up here next week, and I'll do some myself. Probably try to get most of, if not everything, hauled out. I'd sure like to. So perhaps I'm a bit optimistic in my goals, but I have a bit of optimism. Yeah, I think so. So, anyway, that's what we're doing. So I'm going around clockwise this first couple of times, because those seeps over there let gravity pull us down into them instead of trying to climb our way out of it. Oh, you darn cedar trees. My goodness, these things just... Yeah, there's a lot of rocks there too. My goodness. Ooh, that's a big rock. Rock Haven, Rock Haven, Rock Haven, Rock Haven. So, this patch is kind of light. Those last two patches we mowed yesterday, that back one that Dave did, holy moly, is it woolly. So we'll see, oh, there's a pokey rock. We'll see what comes of it. Is that mud clod? I think it was mud clod or something. But it was very woolly and a little bit of brush coming up in it, so it was good to get that cut, clean the stuff up. Kind of like all this in here. I am the king of the world back here. I am at probably the highest, well, maybe this hill next to me is the highest point on this side. But anyway, beautiful sight. Pretty cool watching the storms go by. Sure is adrenaline rushing, that's for sure. But we'll make do. We'll make do. So this is a little tour of everything we hayed up east this year. As you can see as I'm flying up, that back patch is where we started raking in the beginning of this video, which was the patch that I cut yesterday, second to last patch. Then the far one, that one I'm zooming in on, that's the one where I was talking earlier in the video. And this just kind of gives a view of everything that we hayed, which we call up east. So definitely nowhere near as many bales or area as what we hay at Mitchell's, but that's okay. This is the front brome patch. This was the last piece that I cut yesterday. And the patch that I'm currently filming in, or where Dave is baling, is what I was what I was mentioning earlier in the video to be the woolly patch. And if you look real closely on your screen, you can see I'm walking throughout the field and picking up a lot of wood scraps. This used to be full of trees, and Dave had his dad come in here with a bulldozer and push all those trees out of there. Well, it left all this rotten wood and wood chunks from when that had happened. So all that's still laying there. So I was done raking, and something was going on with the baler. I think Dave was having to re-net it, or something was going on. Anyway, I decided to just walk around and kind of clean some of those wood scraps up and throw them into the woods there. So anyway, that's why I consider this the woolly patch. I mean, you've seen from earlier raking, and you'll see here in a little bit that I mean it was just there's so much material here. There's also a lot of big holes from where trees were, and a lot of rocks that you have to be very careful for. Also, one of the roughest patches I've raked, but hey, it makes some hay, and we're grateful for that. The reason it's not so much of a worry that we're not making as much hay this year in 2024 is because we had quite a stockpile left over from Mitchell's where we hayed last year, so we don't need to produce as many bales. Also, I zoomed in on them a little bit ago, but there's also cows up here, so we can't hay this whole area because we need to leave something for the small amount of cows that are up here. But this, what we did get hayed, it's enough to clean things up. In addition to, just getting the grass cut and having that value, you're also cutting out any of the woody type trees that are trying to come up. A lot of locusts and a lot of what am I hedge saplings are try to come up, and so it's nice to get them cut out of there and keep them small to avoid letting them get to a substantial size that you have to start cutting around them. So it's all got its benefits, but it's just a matter of keeping things clean. And this is the only other place we have to hay, as Mitchell's had a good amount of head over there this year in terms of how many cows were out there. Quite a few of them in here. Probably the roughest patch I've been in, like bump and rock wise. It's a hell of a windrow back there. putting it on a rock. That's sticking out anyway.